What would be your biggest advice on somebody managing stress at work? What is something you see that is a consistent thing that pops up again and again? Like they had this behavior, if they thought about it this way, it would really help them out.
I think by and large, it's boundaries. It's probably the biggest thing I talk with folks about is understanding kind of where you fit into your work life and your personal life, where you want that to be. So I'm a big proponent of, what is more important to you, work or family, right? Or work or free time. And then if that's not reflected in your behaviors and your boundaries, then that is that conversation to have. And so a big difference for a lot of people, and one that I've personally implemented, is taking your lunch break. I cannot tell you how many people work through their lunch break or will eat during a meeting. And that's usually one of the first things I say, like, take your lunch break, leave your desk, especially my folks who work from home, go outside, I don't know, like just go somewhere else into a different room, take that lunch break, and I'm also a big proponent of, you're replaceable. I don't know any other way to say this. Work will replace you in a minute. So why, unless you own the business, why sacrifice your physical health, your mental health, your sleep schedule for a business or an entity that will literally replace you tomorrow if needed? I just read where, what was it? I saw it literally this morning, where, I don't know if you're familiar with this, the movie Toy Story 2 ended up getting erased from the hard drives on accident. And the entire production was saved by this one woman who had it on a drive at home, just by accident, took it home in her purse. So she saved the entire movie. Okay. And this was like years ago. She got laid off from Pixar yesterday. Right. And so I feel like that is that sentiment. And honestly, I'm probably going to use it in my sessions. It's a good example where everyone is replaceable. So I always give kind of that very, reality check for folks, because I think there's a lot of reasons that go into it. But I think a lot of people of this generation and older have this, work hard ethic and sort of, sacrifice yourself for your job, and, work is the most important thing. And I think for a lot of people, they're discovering, especially through the pandemic, that was not the case, or they don't want it to always be the case. And so a lot of shifting of perspectives, I think. But taking the lunch break, back to your question, probably the number one thing I advocate: boundaries, and just taking that lunch break, or I don't know, leaving your work environment just for like 15 minutes, walk in the parking lot can be such an important piece.
It's really good advice.